The Igbo powerful act of resistance became a lasting symbol of courage, freedom, and spiritual defiance in African and African American history. The Igbo Landing. In the spring of 1803, a group of about 75 Igbo people were recently captured in what is now southeastern Nigeria. The Igbo people are one of the largest ethnic groups in Africa. They were sold into slavery and brought across the Atlantic to the port of Savannah, Georgia, in the United States. The Igbo ethnic group was known for their fierce independence and resistance to enslavement, which would soon become tragically evident. After arriving in Savannah, United States, the enslaved Igbo were purchased by plantation owners to work on nearby plantations. The group was loaded onto a smaller coastal vessel, the schooner York, for transport to St. Simon's Island, a barrier island off the coast of Georgia. As the schooner get closer to St. Simon's, something extraordinary happened. The Igbo captives, still shackled and packed tightly, rose up in rebellion. They overpowered the crew and forced them to jump overboard and took control of the vessel, guiding the ship to the shore of Dunbar Creek on St. Simon's Island. The Igbo led themselves in a march onto the land. They sang and chanted in their language as they walked into the water, not in fear, but in defiance. The Igbo chose mass suicide over enslavement. They walked into the waters of Dunbar Creek and drowned themselves, a communal act of resistance. The Igbo believed that death in the water would carry their souls back to Africa. Roswell King, the overseer of the plantation, claimed that several bodies were recovered and some captives were saved, but most were lost to the water. The story of the Igbo Landing was passed down orally through Gullah Geechee communities, descendants of enslaved Africans living in the coastal southeast U.S. Over time, it became legend. The Igbo Landing remains one of the most powerful symbols of collective resistance to slavery in U.S. history. If you are not following this page, you might never see us again. But if you are, congratulations. You are learning something new every day.